Hi, Jackie here with Goody Stash. I wanted to show you a creative way that I use some vintage wallpaper I had. So I have this house wallpaper. It's by the brand Imperial, and I like the idea of creating a folio that this is a Z-fold folio that can hold ephemera, and it's essentially the starting point for a project that's all themed around this little flower shop on the cover. So I have the baker's twine closure, and I'm going to be making one of these for each of the houses. So I have an antiques house that will be coming, and what's the other one? Oh, and a bakery house. I love the little cartoon style of it. Very whimsical. I added this floral trim, and then I added this to the roof, which I thought was really fitting. It's not meant to be realistic or anything like that. Then inside, this envelope had a subtle sort of flowery print, or I guess it's more of a leafy print, and then I glued that there to hold it closed. Inside we have a little bit of trim, and then these are really cute little notes that you can write on. You write on the pot of the plant is like the area where you write. It's a little stack of those, and then die cut florals. And these are like cardstock weight. And then over here, I included this floral bouquet, however you say that. And then there's a trim tucked in here. And then I've pinned this on here. So you're probably noticing the theme. This is kind of like selling a curated ephemera pack, and it just happens to come all tucked inside this little folio. So the idea is for whoever gets it to further create with it. So then I tucked the neighboring house here. It's just clipped on, and then underneath this is this was an invitation. It said you're invited here, and I instead added these blank lines so that it could be labeled. And then I did a hand stamped little piece of fabric. Oh, excuse my nails. And journal card that I made. It has fabric and paper combination. And then I love these little while you were out notes. I think it's fitting for the little flower shop theme. There's a few of those. Okay, so that folds in. And then we have some of that Anna Griffin paper I love so much on the front of a brown bag here, which expands out to hold all of this. Lots. It can hold a lot. Okay, that's everything in there. So let me show you what it is. Journaling paper, blank card, another blank card, journal card. I stuck a few embellishments here with washi tape so that you can use them how you like. And then some flowers I cut out from a vinyl tablecloth. And then more hand stamped fabric, this one and this one. This is one of my favorites. And then a little snippet of embroidery. Oops, that's the back. There we go. And then I included this invitation just because of the detail here. You could cut these out or cover this up, but I love that. Has kind of this like pearlized sheen to it. We've got more of those flowers, and then this one. Okay, and then let's keep going. Okay, and then on this side, and this is the last one, a little piece of fabric, and then another one of those journal pages. This was a card, and then I covered up the writing here with these flowers, which I just think that goes together really well, and that creates the pocket. So very simple, but very cute. So yeah, that was really fun to make, and I love that I can use these little houses and I can make more in different themes. So if you enjoy sustainable art, consider subscribing, and I will see you in the next video.